Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. It is a cool, windy morning up here looking out over the Golden Gate Bridge. And that can mean only one thing. We're here to show you around San Francisco. So come along and enjoy.
Thanks.
And there's no place better to start off San Francisco than at the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's right.
Now we're actually at a couple of observation areas on the north side of the bay, Highway 101 going across the Golden Gate Bridge. And what a view.
The marine layer is really heavy.
Yeah, everything that you've always heard about, the fog rolling in San Francisco, that low cloud cover of the marine layer, you can just see it rolling past those two big towers. In fact, there you can't even see the second tower for it. But what a beautiful, beautiful sight.
And the water's just beautiful.
So since I'd never been across the Golden Gate before, I don't think you had.
Oh, I've been.
Had you?
I had been, yes.
Well, we thought we would bring you all along with us and go across the Golden Gate. So we've sped this up just a little bit, going across the bridge, but it is absolutely incredible. It's massive, it's huge, it's 6 lanes wide. It's not stacked like what a lot of the bridges are today. And it's just so impressive. And you can see the lights are the same color as the bridge, and even as you go on into San Francisco here, which we'll show you in a moment, that continues. They keep that color on the street lights and everything. So now this is the toll. The toll's just at the one end, and as you're going from off the bridge and into town, you come into the Presidio tunnels. And we're going to go ahead and drive on in here and go through both sets of tunnels.
And you can barely see a little bit of blue there.
Yeah, the day was overcast, and then the skies cleared a little bit in the afternoon, and then they became overcast again.
That's right.
So after the second tunnel, we're going to take the first exit there and go to the Presidio Tunnel Tops. This is built on top of those tunnels. You'd never know it to look at it.
That's right.
But it's a beautiful area, a lot of history to this. And again, another great view looking back towards the north at the bridge. They've got this whole row of those red Adirondack chairs out there where you can just look over the view.
Just sit there and enjoy it. Watch the ships go by. And
huge tankers we saw going by, cargo ships. Very impressive. If you look at the right end of the sign, there's a hummingbird perched up there. There it goes. The Montgomery Street Barracks are this row of brick buildings going down through there. There's a lodge in the first one. The Walt Disney Family Museum is actually in there. And they had some really good looking food trucks parked in there also. Now, just a very short drive from there is the Palace of Fine Arts. And this building, the grounds are absolutely incredible. They have this lagoon that's all landscaped, but these structures,
they're phenomenal. You think you have to go overseas to see anything like this. And it's right there. They're beautiful.
It's so impressive. They're so huge. It's definitely worth going and just strolling the gardens and strolling the lagoon. This piece you could actually see from up at the tunnel tops, and it is just massive. And when you get under the middle of it, the dome on the inside is incredible.
It looks ancient.
It really does. It sits in the middle, and then it has the archways that go out from it on both sides.
There's ducks out there, people wandering around, getting pictures, enjoying it.
It's really impressive. Next, we went over on the waterfront to the wave organ. And we didn't have the best directions at finding this, and we asked a couple of people who happened to be lifelong residents of San Francisco, and they had never heard of it.
Yeah.
But you go all the way out to past this little building that looks kind of like a lighthouse, and you'll come to the wave organ. And it is built with these pipes that go down into the waves, and they bring the sound up through the pipes. Some of the rocks are from an old cemetery there in the area. It's really quite an impressive piece of art. There you can see the pipes, and if you listen, never seen anything like that. And never seen anything like this either. Lombard Street. Lombard Street is quite a distance through town, but this one section is very famous. It goes down a very steep incline, and it's just constant switchback. We thought the best way to show you was to actually make the drive on it.
That's right. You can't walk down it because it is very narrow, but you do get an amazing view of the city as well as you're going down.
Now on both sides there are stairs, and I'm good to pass on that too.
I wouldn't mind going down, but going up would be a chore.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. The flowers, the landscape all the way down through there. Now when we leave the intersection here, we're going to go back and show you, looking up at it, exactly what it looks like. There's a constant flow of traffic, so I'm walking across the crosswalk there. But that's what it looks like looking back up the hill. And if you look out the other direction, this is the view of the city that you see down below. And off in the distance, over on the right-hand side by the tree, you'll see a tower. That is Coit Tower, the top of Telegraph Hill. While you're up there, you have great views of the cityscape, and you can also see the cruise ships. Now, you can't go to San Francisco and not see the trolley cars. And this section of town has got a lot of things it's known for. The Buena Vista Cafe, that's where Irish coffee was invented. You'll also find the murals of San Francisco.
That was fun.
Yes, it was. You saw our thumbnail there. That's where that came from. But there are all kinds of murals, and then the colored umbrellas and the colored balloons, and it was a lot of fun to walk through that. Just up the street from there is Ghirardelli Square.
Sounds like chocolate to me.
It is. It's a really, really cool area that's been there for a long, long time. lots to do right there in Ghirardelli Square also. And again, this is kind of right in the middle of everything that there is to do. And just a short walk down towards the water takes you to the San Francisco Maritime Historical Park, where you'll see the tall ships sitting there in the harbor. Now we walked on down from the Maritime Museum and down towards the piers.
There's the cannery.
That was Del Monte Packing Cannery number 1.
And these are all in very quick walking distance too from each other.
And then Fisherman's Wharf. That's about as iconic as it gets with San Francisco. And everywhere you go, you see the trolley car tracks. But that area down by Fisherman's Wharf is beautiful. And the boats were really neat.
Yes, they were.
All different colors. Now from there, it was just a short drive through Chinatown. You'll see the Transamerica Tower there in the distance. Parking is a premium in San Francisco, and a premium in that it's so hard to find parking. You'll see the parking places here on both sides of the street, and there's just no place to park. So we did a drive-through of Chinatown, and it's pretty amazing.
It's beautiful.
I like looking down the side streets and all those lanterns.
Yeah.
And it really is that steep going through there. It's not that the camera was sitting sideways. All the streets are a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, next is Union Square. And Union Square has tons of shopping and all different things to do. This again was a drive-by for us. We wanted to see it, but we had so many other things to see, like the Fillmore.
Iconic.
Fillmore is famous for all the music acts that have performed there. The doors are in on the side of the building. There's some retail in the front of it, but you go around to the side and they'll show you where the upcoming shows are coming. Now this is a beautiful park, Alamo Park, and you'll see everybody facing the same direction. And they're all facing the city skyline, and everybody's taking pictures of the city skyline. It's so pretty from there.
This was actually getting close to a sunset, and they're watching the skyline instead of the sun going down behind them.
But right across from Alamo Park are the Painted Ladies. Those homes have been on more postcards and more photographs, I think, than just about any. Now, this beautiful church is the Mission Dolores, and right beside it is the old mission. This is actually the last of the missions on the El Camino Real. This is the one furthest to the north, and I believe was the last one to be completed. The old original mission is a museum now, and it sits right next door to the new. Now this was one we hadn't planned on, and Cathy found it. This is in the Haight-Ashbury district, the old hippie district. 710 Ashbury Street is the Grateful Dead house. There's no markers, no historical plaques, anything on this. Whoever owns it wants to keep it low-keyed now, but there was quite a few people stopping and snapping pictures.
Absolutely.
The Castro Theatre on Castro Street, this goes back a number of years, and one thing I wasn't able to get video of is in the sidewalk there are big bronze square plaques. One was Tennessee Williams, people who had been at the theater and performed, and there's a lot of history there with that theater. What a beautiful building though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are here at the Wilhelmina Tulip Garden, which no tulips in season, but it's still beautiful.
It is.
In front of the windmill at the Golden Gate Park, almost 3 mile long park, beautiful park here. And we're kind of wrapping things up here today. So Cathy, what did you think about our day in San Francisco?
It was amazing. It really was.
Everything that you've seen and heard about the hills and everything, and driving a stick shift is a blast, let me tell you. But yeah, it is an absolutely beautiful city, and there is so much good and so much nice to see out here. It's just incredible.
Yes, it is.
So if you enjoyed our video today, leave us a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and ring the notification bell, and that way you'll know when every one of our videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.